Well, after weeks of hesitation, both Germany and the U.S. have announced that they will provide Ukraine with main battle tanks. But it's still not clear when those tanks will be ready for the battlefield. Some officials are saying it could take years.
The M1 is a complex weapon system. Anytime that we've provided Ukraine with any type of system, we've provided the training and sustainment capabilities with that.
Now, Germany's tank delivery is expected to be much quicker, with the country's defense minister estimating the shipment will be on the front lines within a matter of months. Russia has condemned the German announcement, claiming it's part of a, quote, pre-planned war against Russia. And joining us now to discuss these developments is North Central College political science professor Stephen Caliendo. Thank you so much for being with us.
I'm happy to be here, Tia. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let's talk about the financial implications here, because so far we know the U.S. has provided billions of dollars in aid and the state-of-the-art missile launchers, now tanks. At what point does this actually become the U.S.'s war?
I think the decision today, even though it does increase the total price tag of what the United States is donating, it really was about getting other European countries, giving them the political cover that they needed, particularly Germany. But then after Germany made its announcement, other countries in Europe have said that they're going to send tanks as well, I think. So there'll be dozens. So the 30 that we're going to be sending are more symbolic than anything else, although they will be helpful. I think that the other countries sending is just part of this overall plan to have a consolidated force of Western allies.
You know, Professor, there's been some threats that have been thrown out there. How concerned should U.S. citizens be about Putin seeking revenge for the U.S. participating in this conflict? We know at one point Putin actually threatened nuclear warfare. How big of a deal is that? Do you believe Putin will actually do something?
Well, I can't say for sure, but what I can tell you, TA, is that I think that that was all part of the consideration in the negotiations that have been happening over the past couple of days between President Biden and the leaders of other Western countries. Certainly, as you mentioned, President Putin has indicated that this is an act of aggression. And he's not wrong in the sense that what we're doing here is different than in the past, where we were sending mostly defensive weaponry, Patriot missiles and anti-tank missiles, systems, so forth. These are aggressive. These are offensive weapons. They're not designed to take over Russia, but they're designed to liberate the parts of Ukraine that are under the control of Russians at this time. And so I can see where Putin would be concerned. He's going to spin this to his advantage. But I don't know that we have to be any more concerned than we were before. And I'm sure that this is taken into consideration.
You know, when I think about it, we've been talking for almost a year now about this war. We're approaching the 1-year mark. Do you think there's actually an end in sight? I know we always have that conversation, but do you think there is actually one coming up soon?
I wish I could see into a crystal ball and know for sure. I'm sure lots of folks do. The other thing that makes it even more complicated is I'm not sure if the decisions that were made this afternoon, the announcements made this afternoon, will hasten or prolong the conflict. I mean, again, if you want to see a liberated Ukraine with no Russian occupation, you would hope that you don't care how long it takes to get that. If you want the war over very quickly, that's sort of a different calculation. And so if you don't care how it comes out. So it's hard for me to guess how long it's going to take. But this is certainly a meaningful change today, the announcements that were made in the trajectory of this conflict.
All right, Professor Stephen Caliendo, it's always a pleasure to have you here talking to you about this. I'm sure we will be talking about this war again. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.